Hello, everybody. It is me, Leonard Brown, owner and pitmaster of L&M'S Fire and Smoke Barbecue and Catering Services. Coming to you guys today from my home to do a quick review of one of my smokers. But before I do that, guys, I am excited. And if you have not seen it, I want you guys to tap into my social media pages, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. You can see our very first release of our full segment video of a rib cook and all the processes that led up to it, such as our seasoning process, getting our fire going, placing the ribs on the smoker, talking about temperature control, and also the various kinds of woods we use here at L&M'S Fire and Smoke Barbecue and Catering. So please, guys, jump on, support that, show me some love. I would gratefully appreciate it. And now let's get to the review on one of my drum smokers. Okay, guys, this is the smoker we will be reviewing today, the drum smoker. This is my Oklahoma Joe drum smoker. I absolutely love this thing. This thing is built like a tank. It is extremely heavy. For those that have one of these, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This thing is very sturdy. It is built very well, and it definitely does the job for whatever type of protein you're willing to smoke on this thing. This thing is absolutely fantastic. This is one of the older versions. I have seen the newer version. I have not cooked on it, but in comparison, as far as it comes to stability, the way it's built, the way it holds temperatures, et cetera, in my opinion, just for the stability itself. Again, because I have not cooked on the newer one, but speaking for this one and just touching both of them and interacting with both of them, this one is by far better structurally sound, built, and it is all around, just a better looking prospect in my opinion. I do like the build quality. Again, this thing is a tank. If you're ever able to get your hands on one of these, I would recommend that you do. They are great smokers, and I do love this one very much so. I'm probably going to get some comments for this one, but everybody has their preference. And when it comes to drum smokers, I prefer this one over my Weber Smoky Mountain, which I think this one just does a better job. For me, the temperature control on this one is much more accurate and better for me. Also, this thing holds a precise temp, and it holds, the cook segments on this thing, once you get it dialed in, for hours and hours and hours. So I really, truly appreciate this one. Let's get into it, and let me show you what I like about this the most. Okay, so we're going to lift the lid up here, and we're going to talk about the cook chamber first. This is one of the hooks, obviously, that comes with the grate. You could take this hook here, and you could lift the grate up to easily pull the grate in and out if it's too hot to handle or whatever the case may be. We do like that. This is the cook grate. It is, I believe it's about 18 inches. Big enough for, a good sized pork butt, or if you want to do a smaller brisket on it. I have done that before. I have done some ribs on it. I have done whole pork tenderloins on there with bone in. I've done various different cooks on this. I've done chicken. This thing works great. It's really reliable, and the cook surface is, again, not the biggest, but at the same time, it does the job and gets the job done. Underneath here, also, you have a deflector plate, which is pretty cool. Right here on this, I normally set a water pan on top of it, just a regular aluminum pan. If I'm doing, some low and slow cooks like a pork butt or a brisket, something that I want to give moisture to during the cook process. This thing right here obviously reflects or deflects, should I say, radiant heat. And also when the water pan sits on top of it, it does send moisture up into the meat to keep it moist and to keep the cook chamber humid while this thing does its job. So it is fantastic. I do love this reflector plate. If you don't want to use it, it is removable. You could take it out like so. And let's set it over here. And down here at the bottom, you guys can see this is where all the coals go in. So you can use whatever lump charcoal or regular charcoal briquettes that you would like to use. And I use B&B. Shout out to B&B. I love B&B charcoal. Personally, I think it's the best charcoal on the market. That's just my opinion. And it is all natural. There are no chemicals and no weird binders and that stuff. It's just wood, which is all natural wood. I believe it's all natural oak wood. And they use cornstarch as a binder, and that's pretty much it. So, and it burns hot, clean, and fast, and I love it. So, Duraflame, if you're listening, I love your product. But again, I do the minion method. Basically, most of the time when I use this cooker, I'll load it up with charcoal, and then I'll line it with wood chunks. So preferably, you know, whatever kind of wood chunks you like to use. I use a lot of cherry wood chunks when I'm doing pork butt cooks or rib cooks. I'll line it with white oak as well. Just whatever you have on hand, whatever you like to use at your preference, you can use and put that inside of the charcoal holder here in the drum. Along with you know, your coals that you will be burning, whether it's lump charcoal or whether it is briquettes. I would recommend briquettes in this smoker because they're much more uniform, especially if you're doing the minion method and if you want your cook to last for a long period of time. So again, such as if you're doing, you know, if you're smoking something that's going to take more than 5 to 6 hours, I would use briquettes. Again, you know, my preferred kind is B&B, but you know, your choices are whatever you prefer them to be. But for, you know, me, that works. This is not only a personal cooker, but it's also a cooker that we do use for our business. We do enjoy this cooker as well, and it does a great job. So we really like it. But this thing, once I get it dialed in, and we'll talk about the temps here in just a second, how to dial in the temps here in just a second. This thing is a beast. So let's go ahead and put these accessories back here really quickly. This also has hanging grates in it. If you wanted to hang your ribs, say you want to remove the deflector plate altogether, and you want to hang your ribs, that's what these brackets are for. You know, you can hang your ribs on these brackets. They'll extend here, and you can hang them, and they will cook right up underneath an open fire, which is really cool as well. If you guys are interested in doing something like that, this is versatile. So there's more than one way to get great barbecue off of this Oklahoma Joe drum smoker, barrel smoker that I have. Now let's talk about the airflow. This is the main intake here. As you can see, it's got, excuse my hands from the grill here. It has settings for the intake, and these settings here, guys, are basically for the amount of airflow that you want to get inside of your cookers. In this case, for the barrel here, the drum. So the less you keep this open here, you're minimizing the amount of airflow that travels into the drum. Now this is a bottom-up cooker, so basically when you have this thing going, you want to start it wide open when you first get everything going and your coals are lit, along with the top vent as well. You want to keep this wide open. So what happens here is that the airflow starts by the intake here. It comes in, and then it travels down all the way down here to the bottom of the barrel, goes in from the bottom, and the airflow heats the coals and your wood chunks and brings all that up to the top here and releases out of this stack. So that is how the airflow is received in this barrel Oklahoma Joe drum smoker. So again, you can dial that in as much air as you want or as little air as you want with this dial here. And you notice that they're numbered. You've got 0, which is literally no air, you know, to 1, which is, you know, very little intake, 2, 3, 4, and etc. I like to shut it down. This for me works right about at 2. Once I dial that in at 2 and keep this one right here all the way open, you want this top on here to stay completely open, the top stack here. You don't want to close that down. You don't want to dial that down. If you're doing any dialing down, use this one on the side. But you want this one to stay completely open here. And this will actually give me temperatures. I've done this multiple times. It will actually dial in a temperature at this setting for me at about 250 degrees. And it will last anywhere between 6 to 8 hours once it's dialed in. So it's absolutely great. Even though it's not a plug-in smoker, It's not something that you have to punch a segment in or whatever, some numbers in to tell it how long you want it to cook for at a certain temperature. It's almost in reflection to that once you get it dialed in and set, because this thing will do its thing and you won't have to worry about it too much. So great cooker. I do like it. Those are the pros for this one. The only con that I have here, really, I wish there was I wish they made them, well, maybe they do. If they do, I don't have knowledge of them. Somebody let me know in the comments. But I would like a bigger cook chamber, just a cooking grate, I mean. This one is kind of small. I would like to have something a little bit bigger to hold a little bit more protein in them. And that's one of my rebuttals. I would also wish it had a opening or a port, like some drum smokers do, to where you can run a probe through it and have it sit on the cook chamber. But this one does have some good padding. It's insulated here, so the insulation up on the wall, when you do run your probe through, it doesn't damage it or come down on it hard. So that does help. But it doesn't leak out any smoke, anything like that. I just wish they had an opening for a probe, so you can have a better way to do that. But other than that, to me, this thing is a tank. I do love it. If you guys don't have one, get one. Again, I bought this one off of someone who was just willing to get rid of it at a low price. They didn't really see the need to have it anymore. They knew how good of a cooker it was, but they just didn't want it. So basically, I got a good deal off of it. So keep your eyes open for good deals. Check Facebook Market page. You'd be surprised in what you find in there for good deals, for good smokers, good cookers such as this one. So that's it, guys, for this review on this drum smoker. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking out my review on my Oklahoma Joe drum smoker. Again, this thing is an absolute beast. It is a tank. I do love it. We will be doing a live cook on it this weekend. We will be on my buddy's page. He is called the Pit Specialist. It will be on TikTok. So, and it will be live on Saturday. You guys check it out. Tune in. It will be myself along with several other pit masters that will be using their drum smokers as well. And we'll be doing multiple cooks together. So this is going to be fun, exciting. I told you guys that we're going to start branching out, doing a whole lot more. And this is exactly what we intend to do here with L&M'S Fire and Smoke Barbecue and Catering Services. Guys, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. Thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time, this is me, Leonard Brown, owner and pit master of L&M Fire and Smoke Barbecue. Peace.